Hey, friends, and welcome back to the Morning Pour. I'm your host, Kelly, and I just want to encourage you grab your coffee or whatever is in your cup today, because today I am just getting back home from another retreat. And by the time you're hearing this, I'll probably be on another adventure in Denver. But apparently, my suitcase and I have become really good friends this summer. So while I was unpacking, I realized something. The thing I'll remember most won't be the location. It won't even be the schedule. It'll always be the people. Last year, walking into the summer retreat for the grown-ups table, it felt overwhelming. There was over 100 people that I'd never met before. Lots of names, lots of conversations, and that feeling of, I wonder where I fit. And this year, it felt completely different. It was definitely because I knew more people. And maybe because I knew what to expect. Because I watch people intentionally. I make room for everyone. And that honestly changes everything. It was really sweet this year watching people just be super inclusive in everything. And it wasn't just one person, it was everybody. Everybody seemed to be including all the new people, and there were a ton of new people. So it was just really cool to be a part of and also kind of have an idea what to expect. The moments I took home with me aren't actually the big moments. They were the little ones. They were sitting around the coffee table in our Airbnb, laughing so hard no one could finish a sentence. They were sharing meals together. And it was some of those little conversations where suddenly you're talking about life instead of small talk. I was learning new things, and I was getting stretched a little. And actually stretch like literally, because my friend Colleen actually teaches aqua yoga, and we got to take over the pool and do a class for everybody right there. And if you've never done aqua yoga, I highly recommend it. There's just something about floating around in the water, kind of laughing at yourself, being reminded that life doesn't really have to be taken so seriously all the time, especially during the seaweed Vasana. But a really sweet part of going to the grown-ups table summer retreat is that I finally get to meet people I've only known online. You recognize a profile picture or you know a name, and you've maybe exchanged comments or messages. But then suddenly they're standing in front of you, and they're no longer just a name on a screen. They're a real person with stories, laughter, quirks, and true kindness. I love that transformation because now we're all family and we're going to be interacting online in a different way because we know each other. And honestly, I think that's true in so much of life. People become real when we spend time with them. And I'm going to actually let you in on one of our little inside jokes because I think this is so funny. And if you weren't there at the moment, maybe it doesn't make sense, but hopefully you can look back at this and laugh if you were there and see the shared photo album on Grown Ups Table. So during one of the very first nights of the retreat, we were getting together at the house. Mostly the girls. We were on the fourth floor. We were just sitting together, laughing and chatting. And then one of the girls goes, "Oh my word, look at what's going on." And she starts scrolling through her phone because she's looking at this shared photo album, and she had previously added 4 photos. And she thought it was only 4 photos. But instead of that, it ended up being 4 photos of the same photo shared 14 times for a total of 56 of the same photos. But it all started out with one that she took a picture of as a joke because it was near our Airbnb. It was a little flag that was in the driveway, and it says, "Holy cow, you're here." So the funny part is, I mean, we were probably getting a little delirious at this point, but she was scrolling through like 1, 2, 3, and she was counting it. But every time she did that, it's like, holy cow, you're here. Holy cow, you're here. And it was just, for us, it was hilarious. And me telling the story right now, it seems very much not hilarious. But I want to just tell you, if you see the holy cow, you're here, or if you hear somebody say, holy cow, you're here, let me tell you, it is probably stemming from that moment. So today, here's my one sip. Community isn't built during the biggest moments. It's built in the extra 5 minutes you give someone after dinner. It's around coffee tables, it's during car rides, and it's even while washing dishes together. It's built through the laughter that doesn't make sense to anyone else, and in the ordinary moments that become stories you'll tell years later. And here's your tip. The next time you're with people, stay 10 minutes longer. Ask one more question. Sit down instead of standing by the door. You never know what conversation is waiting in those extra few minutes. Sometimes the best part of an event happens after you thought it was over. So take what you need, leave what you don't, and I'll meet you right back here next week for another sip. Oh, and one more thing before you go. Did you know that researchers have found that shared laughter is one of the fastest ways to strengthen social bonds? We tend to remember people we laugh with more vividly, and laughing together increases feelings of trust and connection. Maybe that's why the conversations around the coffee table end up becoming the memories we hold on to long after the weekend is over. So this week, don't rush the conversation. Stay for one more story. Laugh a little longer. You never know which ordinary moment might become one of your favorite memories. And last thing, happy wedding day to Natalie and Austin.